welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us for the final episode in our series, Clergy Reflection in Depth, focusing on the 7 things from the cross. Now, if you miss episodes 1 to 6, no problem. Just pause the video right here, head on over and watch 1 to 6, and then just come back and join us for this, our final episode in the series. Today, we have Reverend Nicole Ashwood, who would focus on the final saying on the cross, Father, into thy hand do I commend my spirit.
I remember as if it were yesterday, being with my nephew Niall, the morning of his death, September 7, 2018. The doctor told us that he had less than a day to live. I refused to believe him. I refused to believe that my vibrant, vivacious nephew could be ready to leave me behind, to leave his mom, his dad, his friends, his family, and to go into God's tender loving care. I remember as if it were yesterday, when I started ranting in my prayer and demanding and speaking life and getting all excited and hearing that still small voice asking, why are you doing this? I remember as if it were yesterday when I said, Lord, I'm shouting because I'm asking you to keep my nephew alive and you are not hearing me and I don't know what next to do. I remember as if it were yesterday when his mom said, if it's time for him to go, you need to let him go. I remember as if it were yesterday when another friend invited me to pray with her about her loved one. And I balked because I remember the last time when I prayed and it didn't seem as if God heard what I had prayed. I remember as if it were yesterday when God gently reminded me that from the onset I had said, not my will but thine. When I had said, into your hands, God, I give to you my nephew. Words that had been stated by Jesus centuries ago. Words that indicated that the control was no longer mine, but rather I was trusting God's promise that God's plan for me, that God's plan for my nephew, that God's plan for his welfare and well-being was to prosper him, to give him hope and a future. I remember having to decide, will I trust God and commit my friend's child to God's care? I did. And that child lived. Jesus did, and he gave up the ghost. Saying into your hands is coming to the conclusion and being public about it that no longer is the decision yours to make, but agreeing that whatever God decides is well and it will be well. In committing himself into God's care, Jesus decreed that this race for life on this side of eternity was over. He had completed what needed to be done, and the only thing left for him to do is to offer his spirit to God, for his work was ended. So, at 21, Niall's work was ended. At your age, your work may have just begun. The question, therefore, is, are you ready to hand over all that you do and all that you have done into the care of one who cares for you? Casting our cares on him, for he cares for us. When we say, therefore, into your hands I commit my spirit, it is not just a sign that we are done with life. Actually, it's a sign that we are ready for life, a new life that comes with Christ and with no other. It's not a mark of defeat. It is a sign of saying that I know He who is able to keep and to prevent me from falling and to present me faultless always. Are you ready to give your situations, to give your life, to give your spirit into God's care?
Thank you so much for joining us for this series, Clergy Reflections in Lent, focusing on the 7 things from the cross. Now, we want you to tell us what was your favorite moment on this journey. Tell us which video was your favorite video. Like, share, and subscribe if you have not yet done so. But wait, that's not all. Join us again on Easter Sunday as our General Secretary, Reverend Norbert Stevens, will come with a reflection. He is not here, He is risen. Bye, guys.